What are some of the biggest problems you're seeing? Big problems that business owners, real estate investors right now can solve? Like, what are the big ones that need a solution that are going to pay big money also?
You know what? I mean, just be watching the news, brother. Look at what has happened to the 10-year yield. It's come down. Look at the stock market went up 512 points yesterday and 200 points Nasdaq. And today is again big time because the Fed is thinking they are not going to do any more rate hikes, but they will be cutting three times in 2024.
Good morning. This is the Abundance Mindset Podcast. Sit back and relax as we discuss hot topics on how to handle and grow your business, self-development, and how positivity can bring profitability in your life. Here are your hosts, Vinney and Gualter.
This guy out in vacation land. You must be in Cancun. Welcome back, alchemists. This is Abundance Thursdays with myself, Gualter Amarelo, and the great Vinney Smile Chopra. Vinney, where are you calling from today?
Oh my God, brother, we are here celebrating birthday, rejoicing, family reunion in Cancun, Mexico. Cancun, Mexico. It's beautiful out here. Oh my gosh, look at this here. This is the view from our lobby. Kanchan just went to the gym. We walked this morning on the beach right there, all the way for about a mile and a half on that side, and just had breakfast, all-inclusive resort. So it's pretty much a lot of fun, a lot of fun, a lot of joy.
Vinny, it looks like you have started your next 3-week vacation. Is this a full 3-week vacation for you, or is this a
No, no,
smaller
no, no,
one?
no. A smaller one, brother. I know we have had many of these 19 days, 21 days, 23 days, no cell phone. Here also no cell phone, but it's fun. It's only 7 days. 7 days.
7 days. When you say no cell phone, you mean the cell phone comes on for this one call. It seems like you did
Yeah,
take some
yeah,
time for
that's
us.
right. No,
This
it's
is
so
cool.
good to meet you and everything. And, wrap up this year. I know next week I'll do it from California, of course, but we are really excited. Bo and I are doing Crush 2024, which is Crush 2024 influencers. You'll be in it. A lot of other influencers and entrepreneurs will be giving their superpowers in a 15 to 18 minutes segment, and we'll be dropping that one a day to everybody that signs up and all. So our landing page is ready right now, crush2024.com.
No way.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Of course it is. Crush2024.com. That's gotta be. I'm a domain junkie myself. I know you have a lot of domains yourself, but that
Yes.
is by far one of the coolest domains. Nailed it. All right, so anybody who goes to crush
I
2024
didn't
dot
take it.
com
Crush 2024. I told Bo. Yeah.
gets the
No,
that's
no,
they get
sorry.
into the
I was telling
newsletter.
Bo, my other
Yeah.
co-host, we should newsletter also everything, and then it'll be dropping. The videos will be dropping in their email every day, every day. So there'll be all these influencers, ideas, hacks, their positivity. Lots of different people we are reaching out. You're in it too. We'll be interviewing you. It's going to be fantastic, fantastic. To make it really because the habits are formed if we listen to something and then we implement. 21 days, they say, right? So we thought, let's do 31 days of January, and it should be fun. Should be a lot of fun. Yeah.
I can't wait. January is right around the corner, and this wealth principle actually ties into this because if you're interviewing 31 entrepreneurs who are helping people make more money, then there's a good chance that more people are going to be impacted positively in 2024
Yeah.
because of your opportunity. They're going to crush it. Wealth principle 6 is your business must solve problems. You're one
Yeah.
of those people. You got the engineering brain. We talk about this all the time. You're one of those people who doesn't like small problems. You like complex problems. You like big problems. You like, and I think that's why you get paid so much. That's why your investors make so much of a return is because they're willing to let you solve problems for them. So Wolf Principle 6 is solve problems. Learn to solve problem. Wait, your business must solve problems for people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in the way we usually used to talk about this was like, okay, like You got to solve problems. You got to try to find one. I'd really like to go deep into real estate today, like because you're the guru on multifamily, apartment syndication, like hotels, residential assisted living. Solving problems is the real estate's way of saying adding value, right? We say all the time, you got to add value, you got to add value. But really what that means is solving problems. Vinney, there are some big problems in the world. If you could very quickly just share what you think some of the biggest problems are facing real estate as like consumers of real estate, it's just, people who live in buildings, people who rent from you. You don't call them tenants, you call them residents.
Residents,
So
yeah.
what do you think it's facing?
And very happy, delighted tourists over here in the hotels, brother, sitting in Cancun. It just comes to dawn to me, how the quality has to be right from the time when we got down from the cab, private cab, then the people rushing, bellmen rushing to to pick up your luggage. And then they give you that little, ticket and then say, sir, just let us know what room you will get and we'll bring it to you. So it just starts. The customer experience has to be delightful because people are spending $500 a day or $700 a day here, but all inclusive, good. Vinny loves tequilas and all. I mean, top notch Maxels and all these great single malt wines and whiskeys and all. But the quality of care has to be there. In apartments, that's how I always believed it. Our team of people should be at the best of the best in dress up and with smiles. They have to. The leasing person has to stand up, not just sitting there as residents walk in. They should greet them at the door and say, thank you for coming. How could we help you? And have, cookies and coffees and all those things, right? Cake curing machines we used to buy always right there. Here also, the delightfulness in the restaurants, the quality of food. So all those things are very, very important to what's the solving problem for the tourists? They have put a lot of money into it coming here to relax, to enjoy, and have a great time.
I like that. They have the stress of their lives. Not okay. Other people, not Vinney, but
yeah, no. I enjoy time away too, brother.
other people, but there's this kind of concept around the hotel knows you've got a problem. The hotel knows you need a place to stay. They know you're hungry. They know that you're a little confused, right? So like they're solving that problem by giving you guidance, by taking off the pressure of the luggage for you, by making sure the cookie is there, like right up front. It's like here's water, here's cookies. So all of that solution makes you give them more money. Like you decided to choose a place that would take care of you versus a place where you have to do all that yourself, right? You'd go to an Airbnb.
Hold on. It just happened this morning. It happened after our walk with the whole family. We went to this Maxell restaurant over here for breakfast. And we just didn't register. We came on the other side and this one waiter came. So you didn't register. We said, oh, sorry. He was kind of a little bit, not really smiling and all that. So we decided, we always give, $20 every, as tip and all that. We said, let's slip him a 20 right now before he's giving the service. Oh, you know what? He was smiling like crazy, brother. He was just catering to us left and right. His whole attitude changed.
Hold on, you flipped the switch. Instead of him serving you, you served him, and that got you better service. You solved his problem. He wasn't motivated.
Look at that, So it can be both ways. Always find solutions. The companies find bigger problems and they solve those problems, right? We as consumers should also reciprocate. I remember my very good friend, Henry Bedford, Spencer Hayes, right? My billionaire mentor who passed away at 80. He used to always say, Vinney, and he would dress up like crazy. I mean, just tall. I'll bring a picture one day. It's in my phone, and really learned a lot from him. He would slip a $20 bill or $40 two bills right away as the waiter entered the table. He just came in. He'll say, I am so glad to be here. And I know you're going to give the best service ever you have given to anybody. And then he'll slip him the tip before the meal. Oh my gosh. Look
Wow.
at that. I mean, what a great attitude. So that's something anybody could listen from me. We always pay the tip at the end. I want to see how good a person is serving. Then 18, 20% we always give, 25% we gave, right? But at the end, what if we gave that money in cash beforehand? How would the service be?
You were literally paying for better service up front instead of seeing how it turns out. It's proactive versus reactive. This is probably a whole other topic. I gotta ask you because I know that when we start going into what happens in the market, I know that when we start talking about
Yes.
real estate and the technicals and the good and the bad, people start watching. Like we've
Mhm.
seen the ranks on the show go up whenever you start talking
Yes.
about the marketplace and where things are.
Yeah.
So because I love attention and I know that more people need to know what's going on. What are some of the biggest problems you're seeing? Big problems that business owners, real estate investors right now can solve? Like, what are the big ones that need a solution that are going to pay big money also?
You know what? I mean, just be watching the news, brother. Look at what has happened to the 10-year yield. It's come down. Look at the stock market went up 512 points yesterday and 200 points Nasdaq. And today is again big time because the Fed is thinking they are not going to do any more rate hikes, but they will be cutting three times in 2024.
Hi, I'm Vinney Chopra. I'm a real estate investor, commercial real estate investor, motivational speaker, author of 3 books, and also have an academy where I teach about how to raise money and how to invest in commercial real estate. So if you would like to find out more about it, please DM me or email me or go to vinneychopra.com, and you can invest also if you're accredited investors or sophisticated investors to get the tax savings and passive incomes. That is also my forte.
That's a good news. So I think it's very good everybody to really keep here, even though you don't really understand economics, but go ahead and have the pulse. What's happening around you? And by dropping the interest rate will do wonders for the real estate industry in 2024. So the timing is right. Lots of people are submerged in, a lot of challenges and all that. But light is at the end of the tunnel. I don't have a crystal ball. I'm just listening to the Fed's, chiefs, the talk yesterday, and so on. I'm just a novice like anybody, but done well, in Robinhood and all that because I believe in some great stocks. I just keep on buying them at the dip and sell them in a week or 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever it is. Different strategies, right? But you can also work with S&P. I'm not a financial advisor. I want to disclaim that.
Not
But
financial advice, but
yeah, not at all, not at all. But S&P will beat others any day of the week. Please look into that, if you want to. And ETFs are great. Those index funds are amazing from Fidelity. I like Fidelity. There are a lot of other companies I like Fidelity, and their track record is very good.
Vinny, let
And
me
then real estate, just be ready for some good action in 24, 25, 26. It's going to be very, very good situations coming up because some people are in trouble. And of course, the trouble brings success. One loses, one gains. That's how this life is about. But it can be win-win also. That's the beauty of it.
no matter what, we're gonna win, right? No matter what our
Yeah,
viewers and
yeah.
listeners are gonna win because they have that positive mindset. I know that inflation is directly attached to interest rates in a lot of ways. So when they're bringing the rates down, that means inflation goes back up. It starts picking back up. So because obviously money is cheaper, and so people buy
Mhm.
more and things go up in price. With for real estate, that means prices are going to go back up, or we're going to see stronger returns. We see rents on the rise. So some of those things are
Well,
good. us. But
Yeah, I think it may not ship. Ship is a big ship. Real estate
yeah,
ship, I always say, you
very
can turn
slow
it
ship.
around in a day. It's a slow ship. It's a slow ship. And what has happened is even the interest rate hikes have really brought a lot of challenges to the operators and managers and everybody because they stop giving out cash flows. They stop making any cash flow because of the higher mortgages and higher insurance, premiums and things like that. So by having a little reprieve, it's going to be pretty small percentages coming down. It's not going to be bumpy, from 8.5 prime back to zero. Not at all. It's going to be slowly, slowly, slowly 0.5, 0.25, 0.25. So that may not affect the real estate mortgages that much. The prices may not go at that high. I know there is certain areas now, the rents have been regressing, maybe going down just to keep up with that. So I think all these factors are local, community based. I want to say that. Don't just hear what somebody said, hey, my area is doing really good. Look into the area that you are investing or you're willing to invest in 2024, 25. Look at those statistics.
Oh, I like that. Now I got to ask, because my assessment, my guess, because I haven't done the research yet, is that the coasts, the major cities are the ones whose rents had to come down a little bit, because that's usually the case.
Yes.
The Midwest is just a steady.
Yeah.
It's a line that goes up a little bit over a pretty long
Yeah.
term. But the
But
coast,
Austin, Texas also, the places where the rents grew up very fast.
yeah,
That's where we are seeing the rents going down. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I can see that in
It's
Las Vegas. I can see that in New
yep.
York. I can see that in
Hmm.
Boston, in Miami,
Yep.
like
Yep.
you said, Austin. Anywhere of those major cities where they was driving up really quickly. So that's the sort of
Totally.
information that a lot of investors need to be aware of. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Look at that
There
view,
you
Vinny.
go.
Look at that view.
Look at that view. Oh my
All
gosh,
right.
I'm
So
just loving it.
that's some of the problems. Obviously, it creates a lot of opportunity also. These problems create opportunity. You mentioned that. You mentioned
Totally,
that these
totally.
folks in higher interest rate mortgages, they're not paying their investors. That's a problem for investors. It's a problem for the operators. What are some of the
Yes.
solutions that you see business owners like yourself, investors like yourself, like myself, in our community? What opportunities do these problems create in the future? Because you
See,
mentioned it. You
that's the
said
beauty of it,
24, 25, 26. Good things are coming.
Yes,
What
yes.
do those look like?
I would say definitely you're looking at your business plan, looking at where your niche is. You want to double down on those, right? Because I really believe don't go after the shiny object because you will get slapped, pretty quickly, right? So stay where you are, but maybe, always be pivoting. How can we be better if it's in the value add, section of the property? You might be able to come across some good value adds, but which are cheaper because of what has happened last year and a half and so on. And the prices won't fall that far down unless people are in trouble. See, that's the thing. So some operators will weather the storm because they have the liquidity and they can survive and everything. They can do cash call, and things like that. But there will be other people who cannot. So there
Right.
will be opportunities. And then, there is always attrition. People like to retire. And sometimes people are just tired of owning the asset long time. So keep in touch with brokers, and try to reach the certain, I would say owners in the area that you want to purchase, where you might hit the out of state owners because sometimes they have a lot more troubles. Let's say we are talking about troubles, they want to be the first ones to say, hey, if somebody can give me a good price, then I can sell. The key thing is creative financing will still be very, very important to do that next year, year after too, because interest rates are not going to go down that much. The key thing is if you could tell the seller, hey, would you like to save on taxes? We can creatively design where seller financing will be there and you'll get paid principal back, not interest, not dividend, not anything, principal payback will help them not to pay any taxes. So things like that can be worked out. There are lots of different ways for seller financing.
This is good. I actually just locked down 128 units in Jackson, Mississippi, which
All right.
I,
Yes.
I did what Vinny told me to do. So
I love it. I love it. I love it.
purchase price 5 million, and the seller bought it a year ago. They spent a lot of money in the roofs. They did spend a lot of money in the electrical. They did the driveways, the parking lots, some of the units. They're still 30% vacant though. And
Wow.
and they
Yes.
had a buyer who was going to buy, and so they stopped filling the units. They were doing a
Ah.
wonderful job. They were doing a great job. And here's what happened. About 6 months goes by, the buyer's kicking them down the road. Now their vacancy starts building. The buyer told them not to fill any units. And so
Oh.
now they're in a spot where like, I just got to get rid of it, or I'm going to have to go back in and start focusing on this thing again. And so we locked it down for $5 million, which is like 39,000 a piece. Average
That's
rent.
lot less.
Beautiful,
Oh.
beautiful. But it's
Oh,
Jackson,
wow.
Mississippi, Vinny. It's
Yeah,
not. It's
yeah,
not.
that's okay.
A major
I
city.
was there in Jackson, by the way, because my hospitality partners are from the north of Jackson, I think. I should look at that. Yeah. They have
No way.
beautiful, beautiful country club there where I went to their home also. I think it's north of Jackson, I think.
Now I
Yeah,
got an
yeah.
excuse to go visit. So here's what the situation was. They're still in hard money. They're still in hard money. They need to get out, and now
Yeah.
they're at the point where it's like, okay, like this doesn't make sense to stay in this any longer. Can we just get
Mhm.
rid of it? And that was their situation with us. Can you close in 60 days? If you can, no big deal. But we just don't want the can kicked. So there's
So would the other party get their hard money back or no? They got it. The
so
sellers got the hard money, right? Yeah.
So the sellers got the hard money, and they said that they're fine in that loan for another 6 months. Like that loan will continue for them. So
Mhm.
like they're not super desperate in the sense that
Mhm.
they would have to, but they know 6 months from now they've got to do something, and they can't
Ah,
refinance with a 30% vacancy.
yeah,
So
yeah,
they're
they cannot. Not at
uh,
all. Not at all. Unless you prove from this point forward it's going down to 15 or so, then a bridge lender might come in, or maybe an equity group. It's how much? 5 million, right? Total?
5 million.
5 million total. See, you could even do a raise at 8%, with the investors. Then you will be the bank. That's an idea. So you just raise all the money, brother. And that will be just like the bank. Yeah.
Abundance Thursdays, both principles six. Solve
Yay!
problems. Your business must solve problems for people. Vinny solving problems for me.
No, the
Thank you.
key thing is, see, the
Yeah.
beauty is that you get this money, 5 million from investors, but there is no prepayment penalty. And as you lift it up to 80, 90%, you refi, then the value is now 7 million or 8 million. And then you just pay back the investors' money within 6 months.
Come on. Come on. That's the burst strategy. Vinny, smile,
Ah.
Chopra. What other tips would you like to give everybody? I know you're on vacation. I really appreciate you jumping on the
No,
call.
it's
Everybody
my
appreciates you.
pleasure. My
So
pleasure. My
what
pleasure. The biggest thing is, if I may stress today, just don't wait for January 1st to start next year. That will be the biggest policy we could do, that we shut down. The machinery shuts down. It takes a lot more torque, lot more power to kick off the machinery, just like locomotive. See, the engine, when it leaves the station, it uses 5 or 7 times more power to leave the station. And once it gets rolling, then it takes less power, right? Momentum. We call it momentum. So same thing, I'm really talking to all my friends and everybody in my circle. Hey, don't shut it down. Relax, enjoy, make memories with your family, but really get ready and start your next year right now. So you have a 15-day head start. So your 12 month becomes 12 month and a half. That's
Oh,
the
that's
key.
good.
That's the key. Yeah. Yeah.
That's good. We do this every Thursday. This is Abundance Thursdays with myself, Gualter Amarelo, and Vinny Smile Chopra. It is Thursday at 9 a.m. PST, 12 p.m. EST.
EST, yes.
If you want to really crush it in 2024, then
Yes.
I'm going to plug it right now, Vinney, if that's okay. I'm going to
Thank
go
you.
to
Thank you.
crush2024.com.
I
and put
love
your
it.
put your email in, and Vinny's gonna be there for the next 31 days, starting January 1st. Every day he's
Yes.
interviewing a killer, a champion in real estate, in business, to give you the tips and strategies to be successful. It looks like I'm gonna be one of those, so I'm very excited to
Yes.
give my super secret sauce. And
Yes.
it's just it's been an absolute blessing to have you on these calls, Vinny. So from
Ah,
Alchemist Nation
thank
to
you.
you, thank you for everything you do for us.
Thank you.
And for those of you who
Thank
are
you.
listening, if Vinny has given you a ton of value, drop it in the chat below and make sure to pick up one of his books. Positivity Brings
Mhm.
Profitability. Cheers to your success. We have a choice. Always work with the best.
Cheers. We'll see you next Friday, 9 a.m., 9 a.m. Pacific. Oh, that's Thursday. Sorry.
Friday or Thursday,
Next
whichever.
Thursday.
It's
Yeah,
up to you.
Thursday. I do 2 shows, one on Thursday, one on Friday. So let's have a great day, great week. Thank you, Gualter. I appreciate you a lot, brother. Thank you so much. God bless.
Oh, yeah.
Hey there! The upcoming episode is scheduled for Thursday. We appreciate your viewership of the Abundance Mindset Show. Tune in every Thursday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time or 12 p.m. Eastern on various social media platforms hosted by Vinney Chopra and Gualter Amarelo. Don't forget to subscribe, share your comments, and leave a 5-star review. Thank you for your support.